E andiamo a chiusura e quindi siamo molto contenti di chiudere la parte più tecnica, aprire. Chiamo Tobias, che non vedo, ma che è qui con noi. Tobias Eisenkolb apre la parentesi. Hi Tobias. Ok, ciao. E lui ha il compito, fa parte ovviamente del campo storico di un gruppo che fa rievocazione o reenactment, come piace più a Marco Valenti, di età merovingia, e ci parla appunto in inglese. Questa dimensione internazionale che la FAR ha voluto dare al suo campo l'abbiamo voluta onorare anche costringendoci ad ascoltare, e senza fare una traduzione, una relazione in inglese, e quindi l'ultima parte, come è successo ieri, verrà dedicata al mondo delle rievocazioni e ci si parlerà appunto dell'arte, della lavorazione del cuoio, e la tavola ovviamente lo dimostra, nell'epoca merovingia. Ok.
Okay, so we can start. First of all, thank you for the possibility for me to speak to you these days. My name is Tobias Eisenkolb, and we are from Bavaria, from Munich, and as you can see down at Anno Domini, we do reconstructions of the Merovingian period, and especially of leatherwork from these times. It would be nice if you also come to the front and have a look at all those things, or I'll give it to you so you can see what I'm talking about, what we do, and what I'll show you the next 20 minutes to 30 minutes. First of all, what you see when you have a look at all these reconstructions is that all are dyed in different colors. We tried to dye most of them, or many of them, with natural colors, but it's a little bit difficult to get good leather, so it is possible to dye them with natural colors. So some of them are also dyed with modern techniques. But what I want to show you first, why we do all these colorful reconstructions, is the fact that there are sources which tell us that they dyed leather. And you see, in the, for example, in the Coptic textile productions, that the different textiles were also dyed with colors we used here, and we also planted here to have them for dyeing leather or for dyeing textiles. So all you can see, which is yellow, is dyed by us with Reseda lutea. All you can see, which is red, is dyed with Rubia tinctoria or cochineal. And the purple stuff we got, and we do not have very much of them because it's very expensive, but it should have been dyed with murex, or a combination of Isatis tinctoria and Rubia tinctoria, or Rubia tinctoria with different iron salts. It also gives a violet color. So these techniques of Coptic textile production, we use them for us too. You see the source down here where all my informations come from. Blue, also Isatis tinctoria. You know the often used indigo. It came much later to Europe in about the 16th century, and so it's not used by us. It's really the original plant which we use. Gray and black colors with Isatis on brown wool. It's a very interesting effect you have. So it gets black, really black. And green is a double dyeing solution with Isatis tinctoria and Reseda lutea. Brown, we do not often colorize anything brown, especially concerning fabrics, because we use brown wool if we want to have it brown. There's the Lucca sheet. It's about 800 AD, which mentions different colors to dye leather, especially leather. And in this fact, they talk about massicot, a mineral which is used for dyeing, or cinnabar. It's used for dyeing reddish or greenish, and copper sulfates, which were also used to dye these different types of green colors on leather. But especially the plants were interesting for us because they are not so poisonous to dye as the minerals. And also these were the plants as Rubia tinctoria, Isatis tinctoria, Reseda lutea, Kermes, Myrtillus, but we did never dye with Myrtillus because we like to eat it more. Rhamnus cataricus, Quercus cortex, that's a very, very good thing to dye. And Catechu, and that was very surprising to me too when I found this source, because Catechu had to be imported to Europe, but they did it and they used it. And also in the Mappa clavicula, it's from South Italy, and it's said to be from about 800, but the early parts of these Mappa clavicula have to be older than the 8th century. It is said that they were from the 5th or 4th century. And so also this source was used by us, and we got the information we wanted to have. And also again it's mentioned Isatis, Reseda, and also Alcana for dyeing. What you see here first are the different examples of leather dyeing. These are different, you can see the sword and the scabbards, especially the scabbards of the sex blades we have here in front too. You can see them, and I'll give one. Martin, could you please help? Just have a look at them, for example. So you can see we used the colors. These ones were not dyed naturally. We had to do it with today used colors, because the leather was not prepared for dyeing with natural colors. That's very, very sad. But the scabbard of the sword, you see these orange colors, that's done with madder. I give it to you too. Gib das einmal durch ohne Schwert ein bisschen. So, only some examples for you. And that is a picture of examples of textiles which were reconstructed by us, and they are all dyed by plants. So you see the nice colors, red, blue, yellow, some violet, blue tones, and so on. The first I want to tell you something about is the reconstruction of these very nice belts. It's a belt from Straubing 426 with an iron buckle on it. I wear it. Iron buckle with silver and gold inlays, and the belt was reconstructed compared to the Anegunde grave and also to Ulrich and Afra. Ulrich and Afra, it's from Augsburg in Bavaria, and they had these belts soon with colorful, non-colorful. It doesn't know today. You don't know anymore whether it was dyed, but you took these kind of ornamentation to have a very high level leatherwork. And so many of our leatherworks were done by this technique. So just have a look later, perhaps, at this belt. Also, gloves were mentioned in this situation. It's the gloves from St. Severin in Cologne, or even Queen Anegunde from France, the Bishop of Ulrich and Afra from Augsburg. And here is a very nice reconstruction, not by us, but by the Museum of Paris. And that's the Queen Arnegonde belt. This one is rather impressive. Also the buckle I like very much. And that's the one from Ulrich and Afra. And so you see here all the sewing is a little bit more small than our ones, but that's the idea where we got it from. Or St. Severin. You also see here, and that's very important, you see here the other structure which was given to these leather parts. You can see it on our scabbards and so on. It is some kind of ornamentation with lines. The scabbards which we have here are two facts are very interesting about. For one, the decoration with pressed lines in the leather. It's not like today in modern techniques you use stamps for decorating leather for Western riding or something else. That's not how we do it. We do it with bone needles or something else, and we press it inside the leather. It's a little bit more work to do, but so you can have exactly the ornamentation you find in the originals. And the other fact I will tell you something about is the style like we sew it. It's not a modern sewing, but it's a sewing which was documented in a work from the Netherlands, and especially in the 6th and 7th century, when the scabbards lost their wooden inlay, the decoration of the leather parts got in this style, as you can see it here. Just a moment, please. Here's an example from a scabbard from Groningen, which is mentioned especially in the work of Twee Sekschiden uit Noord-Nederland. That's where where Jaap Ieper talks about this kind of sewing. You see only the small points coming out here and here. So it's just a very, very defined kind of sewing. And you see the very high decorated ornamentation in this special fact. Some of the decoration we also took to decorate our own scabbards. You can see here, especially the red one the lady behind you has in the hands. You can see the upper parts here. That's a very nice effect because this kind of sewing is not really seen when you are in a greater distance to the work. You can't really see that it's sewn. You have to stand nearer. There's a leather work from Ulrich and Afra from the crypta, and it's the scabbard of the knife, which was so highly decorated with lines and with some kind of wingling snakes around there, and these woven bands on it. So, especially concerning to the belt, which was found there, which was recreated or was created in this technique, you see that all the leather work, it was possible to decorate it very highly, and I think it's really concerning to the golden buckles and so on, which were also found in. It's important to us, and so all of our works got dyed and got decorated highly because the most stuff we represent are all very high level reconstructions and rather of well situated people which were going to the graves. It's also an example of Pfahlheim, grave 4. It's in the Alemannic area, these graveyard, and especially these kind of decoration, these S-lines, you can see on the blue scabbard which is behind there. It's exactly this decoration we took for this scabbard. You see the rivets to fix it. Also these kind of rivet you can see here on the decoration, also with the iron parts behind where you can hang it in on the belt. And that's a quiver from Canton Uri we also took as inspiration. But sadly we don't have the quiver. Here again you can see the lines, also these S-styles decorations. After all the scabbards we presented to you now, we want to say some words to the girdle hanger of Obermöllern grave 20. We reconstructed the whole grave, all the jewels in and all the leather parts in there. And you can see that's the in situ situation where the buckle was found here. That's a bronze ring, and here was the stuff which was found inside the purse which was hanging on this ring. And here you see the fibula, the bigger ones and the smaller ones in this area. And we really did it as it was lying in the grave itself. You see here our reconstruction of the purse. The form of the purse, I will say some words later. It was inspired by different graves like Apahida and so on. And you can see here the bronze ring. A little bit higher would be the iron buckle. But here was found a little buckle again, which gave us the possibility to take the purse down from the whole girdle hanger. And that was the knife which was found here. This is a little belt tongue, which you find. Yeah, it was lying in these parts. This one was the belt tongue. It is not so good to see on the drawing. And also here you see the decoration. These kind of decoration, you perhaps you know it from different fibula and so on. It's this little small, often near low decorated parts where we got the inspiration from. And especially these fact of closing a purse is special for Obermöllern 20. It's a little, how's it called? A little hook, which you press inside a button, so the purse is really closed. Yeah. All made of bronze and mainly gilded. That's one of the purses we got our inspiration from. It's from Apahida grave 2. We do not use as much gold as you see here, but the form is nearly similar. You see here the body of the purses are inspired by that. Also, this purse body was inspired by this fact, but also this form of a kidney was used by us. And it was also found one closure of a little purse in Krefeld-Geleb, which had the same form, but I did not find any good picture for that. But it should be mentioned, I think. And what we want to do the next time, but we did not manage to finish it for today, it is a new purse for a grave we reconstructed. It's a grave from Bavaria. From Straubing 392 is the grave. It's the whole buckle, it's the whole belt, it's the whole sacks with the cheat, with the ornamentation and so on. But on this side still misses the purse. And the purse is, in this fact, done with a wooden, you can see here, which was the form of the purse. It was such a round form, and the edges of the purse, of the, how's it called, Deckel, of the heading of the purse was, where the edges were attached with iron parts and silver parts, and we want to reconstruct it with nut wood. And we put the edge pieces on these nut wood, and on the purse itself will be made out of blue leather, like the rest of this whole belt. So I think you can imagine how it could look like to have these nutwood brown closure with the purse and with the silver ornamentation and the blue leather again. So this was for sure, this person especially was a richer warrior. You can see it here, that's the whole stuff which was found inside. It was a sex blade, it was a spearhead, it was a knife, 2 knives especially, and here the strong iron belt. And when you see the size of the sex and you see the size of the purse, you can imagine it was a really big one, and it was very impressive to see. But perhaps you will see it next year. So these parts will come to the edges of the purse, and these parts are iron, polished, and these parts are little silver applications which hold the iron parts on the wooden, on the nut wood. So I hope you got a little idea of how we do our reconstructions, how we do the whole leather work, the whole dyeing of leather. You're really invited to come to the front, have a look at all these stuffs. I also brought some shoes to you, which were reconstructed burns. Some know them from Damendorf. It's a little bit earlier, but for the really earlier reconstructions of us, it's a good date to wear these shoes. And also you can see some shoes at the ladies' feet. They were found in Oberaltendorf in Germany, and they were also as per 5th century, but also in the Alemannic grave field of Oberflacht. Everyone, I think everyone knows. There were found some pieces of these kind of shoes where you don't know whether the decoration was the same or was similar to it. But so we took these shoes for her. I always say it's Prada for the Merovingian age. And really, come to the front, have a look at all the leather stuff you can see here. And also you can have a look at the weapons themselves. But thank you for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you, Tobias. It's a pleasure to have you today, and we will waiting for you the next year to see the purse. Okay. Nel frattempo tutti noi stiamo qui ammirando l'ulteriore esempio, insomma, di un approccio di archeologia sperimentale e di evocazione di altissimo livello. In questo momento così informale io comunque chiudo queste nostre 2 giorni, 2 mattinate, E quindi ringrazio il personale del museo, ringrazio i presenti, ringrazio l'associazione La Fara e i rappresentanti che sono qui, Jacopo, e ovviamente rinnovo l'invito ad andare al campo storico, ma molti lo avranno già fatto, ringrazio i colleghi del museo e insomma, ci diamo l'appuntamento ovviamente al prossimo anno, lo dico con complicità rispetto ai ragazzi della Fara. Grazie a tutti voi.